Greetings to you, my wonderful people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Oh, happy Friday. This one is another Friday. Oh. This month, it don't wrap up. According to my calendar, today happens to be the 30th day in the month of June, in the year of 2023. This month, it don't mark the end. And my prayer is that as this month mark the end today, it marks the end of our sorrows, our sufferings, anything that will cause us pain. This month is ending with all of them. And as this month is ending with anything that got to do with Nigeria happening to us, because it seems that Nigeria is about to happen to each and every one of us. So I must be sincere, because what we are seeing. I got a headline this morning in which the so-called president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria says that only God will fix Nigeria. Only 1 month in office, he begin to admit failure. Okay, let us see how all this thing will play out. We just come out from frying pan. Now we want to enter inside fire. May God have mercy on Nigerian people. Me, I'm a Biafran for that matter, a 100% Biafran. So anyway, where it be, we the Israelites must do what? Must conquer, and we must succeed. So let us go straight to the headlines, what we have this morning, and what you need to expect from this very news. Before then, do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to like, and do not forget to share all the very, very important. Comment also is very, very important. So let us take the headlines before we come back for the real deal of this day. Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a victim of false imprisonment, according to IPOB lawyer ALOY EJIMAKOR. Why I ran away from Daura to London? Buhari assured Nigerians or assured his supporters that he's not running from probe. He's running because of Daura is very noisy. A lot of visitors want to chase him out from his house. Imagine what this man is telling us, as if we are all mumu or mugus. Rivers State government petitions police over inability to account for recovered stolen items. Okay, this one is coming from the state where this our as independent come from. The former governor of Rivers State, na him be near some weekend. Tunumbu's convoy. Leaders who pre-sacrifice must show example, P2B. Of course, that is what the netizens are complaining. That is what Nigerians are saying. You want us to tie our belt. You want us to adjust our necker or our trousers. You want us to go to the tailor and tell them to amend it from 30 to 28 because half was in here. Yet, you people are living flamboyant lifestyle to the extent of having over 120 vehicles on the road. Fuel with the taxpayers' money, and all the whole cars. No one can go to the gas station and say, give me fuel $10 or 10 naira or 20 naira. Or no, 20,000 or 30,000. Every SUV there is being completed full tank with either 45 or 50,000 naira. Imagine where you have almost a something convoy, SUVs. How much is it? Taxpayers' money. And you want the netizens whom you are serving, not even you are leading them. You are a servant that went to the office to serve them. You are living flamboyant lifestyle. Why the netizens are dying in poverty? A lot of families have stopped their children from going to school because the school fees is high, and the high transportation to convey their children to school. A lot of families hardly eat even 2 square meals now is very difficult for some families to live. A lot of families have died because of enough resources at hand to take their loved ones to the hospital or clinic. Yet, we have convoys of so-called president and his cronies cruising all the way Lagos. Now we come out to tell us that God will fix Nigeria. Rubbish. Let us proceed. Probing Ikpasu is a big distraction. Obedience advises Governor Oti. Governor Oti suspends all permanent secretaries. HOS. Usman Buddha, Christian Association of Nigeria breaks silence on killing of a butcher over blasphemy. And I'm very sure that this butcher is a Christian. That is why he's being killed the same way they killed Deborah Samuel. Until today, the government of Sokoto State, nor the can, nor even the federal government have not come out and tell us, look at the results of the people who murdered a young lady in a cold blood and even showcased their face on a camera with the matchbox they used to burn the girl. Till today, nothing has been done about it. Over 1 year plus now, everybody have gone back to their homes. Life continues. Peter Obi would have done better, according to Professor Nwokobia, on Tinubu's policies. God will fix Nigeria. This one is coming from the Agbado of APC, the president of the Fulani government of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He said, only God will fix Nigeria, only 1 month in office. I beg, what do we expect for the remaining 3 years? 11 months. What are we expecting in the remaining 3 years? 11 months in his hand. Whereby only 1 month in office, he have already admitted and accepted that he will be a failure. That the government of Nigeria is not going to do anything. Only God will fix Nigeria. God will fix Nigeria, according to Tinubu. My dear people, I beg you, we don't have much time to waste. Today on a Friday. Today we're going to do gidibang. On announce the thing they be now. Friday outings, clubbing, or joints, or anywhere where it be. So make I quickly give on this news before me I go start my own Friday, because I start earlier. My own Friday now I start from 7 o'clock in the morning until 7 the next day. So my wonderful people, let us go straight to the reason why we are here. ALOY EJIMAKOR, the special counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has described the Biafra agitator as a victim of forced imprisonment by the state. EJIMAKOR made a remark while certain that Kanu was not under any charge before any court. He noted that Kanu's fate does not lie with the appeal before the Supreme Court alone. In a statement he signed, EJIMAKOR retreated that Kanu's release was not an act of mercy. The statement reads partly, to be sure, Nnamdi Kanu's fate does not lie in the appeal alone, because the appeal is but one of the several cases that were triggered, municipally and internationally, by the extrajudicial rendition, and all the cases are independent, of equal stature, and aimed at securing Nnamdi Kanu's release. Therefore, the different moments in time when two of these several cases in particular, the one initiated at the Federal High Court and the one initiated at the United Nations, both of which have concurrent jurisdictions over the rendition, were determined in the favor of Nnamdi Kanu. The narrative that freeing him lies exclusively in the hands of the Supreme Court is fundamentally false. It is also malicious, prejudicial, and profoundly injurious to Nnamdi Kanu's legal interests, especially as it offers the authorities the umbrage and easy political cover to persist in the illegal detention of Nnamdi Kanu. Finally, it needs to emphasize that for the obvious reasons that Nnamdi Kanu is neither currently facing any trial, nor does he have any charges standing against him. His detention is, in reality, an imprisonment without conviction. In plain terms, he is a victim of false imprisonment by the state, a rough and tough imprisonment that is more horrendous when the locale is not a prison or a correctional institution, but a hideous DSS cell, which is no different from a dank police cell, or even worse in some ramifications, according to ALOY EJIMAKOR. Why I ran away from Daura to London? This one is coming from the so-called cow, Muhammadu Buhari. He is a cow. Former President Muhammadu Buhari had disclosed why he left Daura to Katsina. Why he left Daura Katsina for London. Buhari said he left Daura for London because he wanted to stay in a quiet place. He explained that visitors have been trooping to visit while in his hometown of Daura. A statement by Buhari's ex-media head, Garba Shehu, reads, he chooses to go home in Daura hoping to find the type of quiet he wished for himself. But realizing that this was not the case, visitors trooping in morning, day, and night, he moved out to a more distant place. It remains his wish that he be allowed to have his needed rest, and for the Tinubu administration to have the right atmosphere to work on the realization of the promises they made. Following the end of the administration, Buhari returned to his homeland in Daura. However, the president have left Nigeria for London, after which he met with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on how they will run the economy of this country down. I know now. Okay, look at what he's saying. Garba have come to defend Tinubu, defend Buhari. I never asked him not to probe me. Then come back to Nigeria now. Come back to Daura. Rivers State government petition policy over inability to account for recovered stolen items. The Rivers State Ministry of Health has petitioned the State Commissioner of Police, Ngoi Poleka Emeka, over the alleged disappearance of items recovered by officers of Zone 16 of the Nigerian Police Force, Bayelsa State, and kept it in the custody of the State Anti-Cultism Unit. The police have recovered some items from the suspected vandals who allegedly broke into the syringe factory of the state government at Rumoshi, Obiakpo local government area. The items were recovered at Emohua local government area along the east-west road. 4 of the suspected vandals were arrested. The items recovered included electric cables, transformer pipes, and a generator set. According to Zone 16, Bayelsa, the arrest was carried out based on credible intelligence. The anti-cultism unit is said to share the same building with Zone 16 in Emohua local government area, which was the reason the items were handed over to them. A source from the Rivers State Police Command told Daily Post that issues came up after officials of the Rivers State Ministry of Health approached the anti-cultism unit to know the status of the stolen items, but we are shocked as the police could not give a satisfactory answers on the exhibits recovered from those suspects. In the meantime, the spokesperson of the Rivers State Police Command, Grace Irinji Koko, is here to comment on the issue because not them. Tinubu's convoy leaders who pre-sacrifice must show example, according to Mr. Gringori Peter Obi. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party in 2023 election, Peter Obi, has said that leaders who ask followers to sacrifice for a better Nigeria must also lead by example. Doing so consists living by example, he said. Obi spoke on Thursday at St. Faith's Cathedral Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion, Oka, during the burial mass of the late Dean Emeritus of the Church of Nigeria, the Most Reverend Maxwell Anikwenwa, who died at the age of 83 years. Obi, who was reacting to questions on the viral video of the long convoy of President Bola Tinubu in Lagos on Wednesday, said there was a need to cut down on the cost of governance, and that has always been his position about governance. He said, I have not seen the video and talked about. I've not seen the video you talked about, but let me tell you what I have always said, that President Nigeria requires that all of those who serve and lead must do so by example. The behavior, character, and public conduct of those who serve must be in consonance with what society requires today. You cannot continue to preach to the people to sacrifice without sacrificing. The sacrifice must start with the leaders, visibly, measurably, at all times, because the people are suffering and we must all be at the forefront of the suffering. Obi, while speaking on the life of the late Archbishop Anikwenwa, said, he is not just a pastor of God, but a great Nigerian who contributed to this country beyond his pastoral work in building a better Nigeria. He is involved in advocating for a better Nigeria, good governance, and others. He was a great Nigerian and a great Igbo man, and I am not surprised about the number of people at this burial ceremony today. Earlier, several prominent Nigerians, including Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Mbafu Soludo, his deputy, Dr. Onyekachi Ibezim, Senator Victor Ume, and Archbishop Province of the Niger and the Bishop of Oka Diocese, Most Reverend Dr. Chibuzo Ibezim, paid tribute to Anikwenwa. Archbishop Metropolitan and Primate of all Nigerians, Most Reverend Dr. Henry Ndukoba, described Anikwenwa as a soldier of Christ, saying that he is a rich reservoir of knowledge and church history. He was a man who did all to please God, a soldier of Christ indeed. His death is not just a loss to the diocese, but to the church and to the country at large, as he holds a special award of the country. He was a disciplinarian and a great timekeeper, and he was always mindful of it. I called on his wife and children to be comforted by the fact that Baba lived a great life, according to Peter Obi. Probing Ikpeazu, a big distraction, obedient advises Governor Chioma Oti. Some followers of Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, have cautioned Governor Alex Chioma Oti of Abia State against probing his predecessor, Okezie Ikpeazu. This was, as they said, probing the immediate past governor would amount to the distraction as he settles down to governance. They urged Oti to focus on delivering good governance to the people of Abia State rather than probing Ikpeazu. The call was contained in a statement signed by Mazi Chetachi Ikpe of the P2B grassroots movement in Abia State and Ndubeze Obi Akwata, chairman of Obedient Across Parties Alliance in the state. Commending Oti for a superlative first month in office, they said, "Your Excellency, you are indeed God's gift to God's own state," which is Abia. The statement reads impactfully, "Abia civil servants are glad that you kept your promise of payment of salaries. Indeed, workers' welfare should be the foremost priority of any government, especially a Labour Party government. In line with your promise that civil servants shall receive their salaries on the 28th of every month, we expect Abia workers to receive their June salary today, being the 28th day of June. We are impressed with the state of emergency you declared on waste evacuation and management in Abia and Omaya indeed. Cleanliness is next to godliness, and God's own state should not be dirty. We believe that under your watch, the era when a notable Igbo son said that Aba stinks is over for good. However, we urge you to resist the temptation of embarking on a probe of your predecessors, since such shall become a huge distraction for your avowed task of rebuilding Abia and wiping away our tears, as you promised in your inaugural address as governor of the state. When Peter Obi came into office as Anambra State governor, instead of turning around to blame and probe his predecessors, he proved to the electorate that he was better by beating his predecessors' records. The group further noted, "All eyes are on you as the only Labour Party governor in Nigeria. We are in a hurry to see you show Nigerians that they will miss, if they miss having Mr. Peter Obi, the Labour Party presidential candidate, as their president, who was robbed of his mandate as president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria." They added, "Finally, we urge you to keep your eyes on the ball, bearing in mind that you stand on the shoulders of giants such as Dr. Michael Okpara and Dr. Sam Mbakwe. Through you and our principal, Peter Obi, we believe that a new Nigeria is possible and a new Abia State is also possible." Governor Oti suspends all permanent secretaries and HOS. Governor of Abia State, Alex Oti, has ordered immediate suspension of all permanent secretaries in various ministries, agencies, and departments. Katie Oko, the chief press secretary to the governor, disclosed this on Thursday. The statement noted that the head of service has been suspended also. Oko explained that the development is coming against the backdrop of the inauguration of the Judicial Panel of Inquiry on the recovery of properties and funds belonging to Abia State government. Consequently, the governor has approved the appointment of Lady Joy Madoka, Director, Minister of Education, as acting head of service, HOS. John Pedro Iruakazi, Clerk of the House, Ms. Uche Ikone, Solicitor General, are by his notice directed to hand over to the most senior director in their respective ministries, department, and agencies. The statement reads in part. Osman Obuda, Christian Association of Nigeria, breaks silence on the killing of a butcher over blasphemy. The Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, has condemned the brutal killing of Usman Buddha, a butcher, by religious extremists in Sokoto State. The Christian body further extended its condolences to the family and friends of the deceased. This was contained in a statement signed by Daniel Oko, president of the Apex Christian body, and made available to newsmen in Abuja on Thursday, that is yesterday. According to multiple reports, Usman Buddha was brutally murdered over an alleged blasphemous comment. Khan said it firmly believes in the freedom of religion and the peaceful expression of beliefs, adding that it denounces any form of violence or jungle justice in the name of religion or the name of fighting for their gods. These tragic incidents underscore the urgent need for increased efforts to foster religious tolerance, peace, and unity in our diverse societies. The statement added, Khan said it will come to advocate for the protection of all citizens' rights regardless of their religious affiliations. We all religious leaders and followers to promote interfaith dialogue and peaceful coexistence for harmonious Nigeria, it said. Our thoughts and prayers are with the family of Usman Buddha during this difficult time. Peter Obi would have done better, Professor Nwoko Obia, on Tinubu's policies. A public commentator, Prof. Chris Nwoko Obia, has faulted the recent policies of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He also stated that Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, would have performed better than Tinubu in the first 30 days in office. Nwoko Obia, the convener of country's first movement and member of the defunct Obi Dati Presidential Campaign Council, disclosed this on Thursday in an Arise television interview monitored by Daily Post. He noted that Tinubu's policies on fuel subsidy removal, foreign exchange unification, and replacement of service chiefs are anti-people. Nwoko Obia disagreed with the public analysts who believe Tinubu has done well in the last 30 days. According to him, there is nothing Tinubu is doing that past presidents have not done since 1999, and that is true. He noted that Peter Obi would have done better if he had emerged as the president. I disagree with those who say President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration is moving so far with its policy implementation since 1999. Several other administrations have moved faster. What has the president done that others didn't do? We should put the country first. We should go beyond partisanship, bigotry, and the positioning of whatever one seeks from the incumbent administration. The time has come to look at how leadership affects the masses. The barriers of poverty, dependency, and wants to have deepened in our country. Peter Obi will have done better. Clearly, he understands Nigeria's politics, economy, and business because he is a trader, he stated. 1 month after the inauguration of Tinubu as president, his policies on removing fuel subsidies, forest window unification, and replacing the service chiefs have attracted both praises and condemnations, according to Professor Nwoko Obia. God will fix Nigeria. This one is coming from the president of the Federal Republic. I will even bite my tongue where they try to pronounce this thing. Now God will fix Nigeria now. So we voted you in for God to come and fix Nigeria. Then what are you doing there? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Thursday expressed hope that God will help him fix Nigeria. Tinubu disclosed this during a thank you visit to the Awujale of Ijebuland, Obasiriku, and the Tona in Ijabode, Ogun State. He said the people of Ogun State voted for him at a crucial time. Hence, he returned to say thank you. According to Tinubu, very few people serve your frankness, and I came to say thank you. I started work from the very first day. God will fix Nigeria. I want to say thank you to all the chiefs here. Thank you for how you have taken me, and may you live long to see a prosperous Nigeria. To all the Obas and traditional rulers present today, thank you for being there for me and the country. You demonstrated loyalty by voting for me at a crucial time. Also speaking, the Awujale urged Nigerians to be patient because Tinubu will take the country to the promised land. He prayed that God will give Tinubu good health to deliver on his promises. Tinubu will take us to the promised land, and he is on the way. You will take us there in the good health. Your enemies are now your friends. You will always be in the front. We are all happy that you are the president, he said, according to Awojale. So, my wonderful people, I don't hear them, now here we go take Pakawakaya. This one is just a short one. I just want to do what? Make when I use this one, they step down. I should prepare for the task ahead, because we have a task on a daily basis to bring a better news to my people. So as you are watching, please make sure you are subscribing, make sure you are sharing, and make sure you are liking. Do all you can to make sure that this ministry go to the permanent site. Until I come your way again, remember, my name never changed. I still remain Amanda Neze. I am speaking from the platform of Okute Daily Talk, where we speak to the undiluted truth about this channel, about the Biafran struggle, about God will fix Nigeria by Tinubu, and about everything you need to know concerning this world. Have a nice day, and may the good Lord bless us all, the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Bye for now. Kemesiano.